name is Fel Sweetenberg. Effiscienz team, rocking live from Camden City. We're doing one record right now with my man Gustav. Oh man, the one record that I can say changed everything for me. It changed my scope of the world, changed my scope of hip hop. It changed the way that I view a lot of things. Was Long Live the Kane by Big Daddy Kane. When I was, young, that was like one of the first tapes that I ever bought. And the first time I heard it, I was coming from the Cherry Hill Mall with my Aunt Lisa, and the song Ain't No Half Stepping came on in the car. And you know how we used to like record, like tape, press play and record at the same time. We had blank tapes and we would record songs that we would listen to all week off the radio. Back when they used to play like real good hip hop on the radio. I ran inside the house. Like when we got to my block, I think halfway between the block, I was like, yo, this is the song that I've been wanting to hear for the longest time. It was Ain't No Half Stepping. I thought the beat was crazy. Marley Marl, when I found out who did it, I found out that Marley Marl did the beat, and the whole Juice Crew movement and how that was such a powerful force back then. It made me want to have it. I needed to have that song so I could listen to it all week and learn it. Because I was such a fan of Big Daddy Kane, and I used to want to try to be Big Daddy Kane, just like I'm sure a lot of young guys in the city, that first encountered or heard Big Daddy Kane's music, they was like, yo, what the hell is this? So, that joint changed my perspective of a lot of things. Because, I grew up in a household where my mom listened to gospel all the time, and soul and stuff like that. So when I heard Big Daddy Kane, I thought that this guy was like a king. I thought that he was like most majestic. I thought that he was I thought he was everything. So when I first got the tape, I listened to it front to back, front to back, front to back, front to back, constantly all day long. I wrote down all the lyrics and everything so I can know it and recite it. Because if you didn't know the lyrics and you put the song on, then you probably, you might look like like a square or something, or you didn't know what was going on, you wasn't hip. So I learned every word of the record. Even the slow joint that he did for the ladies, it was cool, but for the most part, all of the lyrics and all the joints that was on that record, I digested it to the maximum. It changed the way I perceive a lot of things, and it made me more acute as a lyricist. It made me want to be fly. It made me want to be just the greatest person that I can be based off what I perceive Big Daddy Kane to be. When the first song came on, party people in the place, embrace the basis. I commence to pick up the pace to make it motivate. Yo, I was blown away by that, because before that it was Ain't No Half Stepping. But when the first song came on and the cuts from Mr. C and all that, and then when I started like seeing him perform, and Scoob and Scrap was dancing and they was doing the crazy dance steps. He rocked the truck jewels all wild. He wear a blazer, he wear a suit. He'll do whatever he wanted to do and just be as fly and as dope as possible and as serious as possible. So I tried to learn how to dance like Scoob and Scrap too. When he said, I keep a fresh cameo cut every day. I used to try to cut my hair every day to go to school. So I learned how to cut hair, and it actually was my, career choice at one point because of me growing up listening to Big Daddy Kane. I thought being a barber was, a fly occupation to have. So you can make people feel fly, You can do your thing and you can earn a nice buck from it. So I fed my family a lot based off of, my love for the Long Live the Kane album. It changed my world. Long Live the Kane by Big Daddy Kane. I'm sure he probably don't think that, his impact was probably that powerful, I'm sure he does, but, me being from Camden, New Jersey, not being from New York, but being from Camden, New Jersey, that album was everything. I still have Long Live the Cane on CD. I have Long Live the Cane in my iPod. I don't have the vinyl. If I find a vinyl, I'm definitely gonna buy at least 2 copies just to have for nostalgia's sake. But back then I didn't have any vinyl, I only had tapes. If I find a tape, it's a wrap. I'm gonna buy a tape deck just so I can play it. But in the meantime, I have it in my iPod rocking constantly. The Invisible Garden is it's my ode to Camden City. It's, you know, a place that a lot of people don't really check for as far as hip hop is concerned, and especially not quote unquote underground or real hip hop. So, you know, a lot of the guys that are there are real underground artists, and they take their craft very, very serious. But for some strange reason, I don't know if it's a black cloud over the city or not, people don't really check for Camden to be dope as far as music is concerned. So we always go the extra mile to prove that we're just as dope as the guys that you listen to from whatever city you're from. It don't matter, just turn the beat on and we're gonna show you how we get down in Camden City. So Invisible Garden was basically me trying to show people, yeah, we're from the Garden State, which is New Jersey, and we're in a place that is off the radar, but it's so close to Philadelphia and so close to New York and so close to Brick City, and you know, all these places that are getting, you know, their fair shine. And you know, we are virtually invisible. So me saying, okay, this is the Invisible Garden, this is Camden City. And also the extra added meaning to it is, you know, the innate potential that a lot of guys have in the city. You know, when I think about friends that I've lost, or people that, you know, passed away a little bit too early, you know, being from where we're from, it's very, very dangerous. So a lot of people don't get to reach their full potential. So, you know, to harvest those great things that'll never be seen by anybody, it'll always remain an invisible garden to some. You know what I mean? And especially in people's memories. When they think about people that have passed away, or people that they lost that never got to reach their full potential. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad case. And you know, it's almost a spin-off my first LP when I did Lost Dreams, Wasted Talent, when, you know, I was talking about this pretty much the same idea. The worst and the saddest thing that you could possibly see is people that have lost dreams and wasted talent. So when I, you know, did that first joint, I was giving another ode to the city. So this time it's a little bit amplified. I'm telling my story a little bit on a broader scale. You know what I mean? So that's basically it. Invisible Garden. I linked up with Effiscienz, and we knocked it out, man. Knocked it out the park. Straight out of Paris, France. Worldwide. I couldn't be more thankful. Oh yeah. I got a lot of things in the works right now. Working on a project with Dirt Platoon. I'm working on another project, a production project with me, with, you know, some features maybe, or whatever the case may be. But we're in the beginning stages now, and it's only been, I say, 2 months that the Invisible Garden has been out, but we're already starting the next projects to give the people what they want, essentially. Good hip hop. Something that I would like to do is be, I can't wait to meet Premier. That's number one. Premier from Gang Starr has been like, he's the illest to me. So, you know, his beats inspired me and inspired a whole generation of people to be better beat makers and stuff like that. I can't wait till that moment happens. And one thing that I really want to do is bring shine to our area and our situation, so that people will start noticing a little bit more, start paying a little bit more attention to a bunch of the artists that are in the city that are really dope. On top of me trying to become a better filmmaker, I want to try to do better videos for people, and, you know, try to learn videography a little bit so I can be more like a Swiss Army knife. The beats, the rhymes, the videos, whatever the case may be, because out of desperation, we picked up a lot of these talents because like I said, a lot of people wasn't checking for people from our city, so a lot of the guys that are there are multi-talented, and you would never know if you didn't check. So I'm a prime example of that, of one of the guys that, you know, might have got slept on, but somehow I squeezed through the cracks, and hopefully I'll be able to open the door to make opportunities for other people to come through.
And I beg not to go.